Hi guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Johan, the co-founder of Playbookiflight, together with...
My name is Jan Johan and I was your pilot today, and I'm going to talk more about that in the video. Also, why did we fly to Silicon Valley on this beautiful day? All right.
Okay guys, we are heading towards the airport for our flight to Palo Alto, or...
That's right, Palo Alto. And before we do that, we're going to look at the weather and if we can fly today. So come with us on this journey. Welcome on this flight to Palo Alto.
Let's go!
Looking at the terrain here, this is pretty high, and we don't want to fly into the mountain.
More than 50 minutes here along the coast, so we can drag this.
We can look at the winds aloft, so how are the winds?
I have to read through all of them.
Way, and we can scroll through them.
And is there any chance that we ran into a military terrain?
Great parallel with businesses. As a business, you should also prepare by documenting your process and using a checklist to make sure, did I check? And we have a bunch of checklists we're going through, and one of them is this whole briefing, and also to brief with your passengers, how are we going to fly, what are we going to fly, what happens in case of emergencies. Let's hit the road. But this is actually the best car on the planet.
Let me explain why we have this car. That's because we have also a plane. So you can only spend the money one time.
There's a couple of things. First of all, it's the XLE. So this is the most expensive Toyota you can buy.
It stands for luxury edition.
Extra
luxury edition.
And it has the golden letters. And then this cracks in the bumper match the color.
Stop that.
Okay guys, and we are going from this today to this.
We're flying this plane, guys. Don't worry, he has no idea.
I'm not a pilot.
First thing we're gonna do is checklist. Welcome guys for joining us on this trip. We are here at Bill's Air, who actually maintains our plane, the plane we're going to fly in. Maintaining a plane is critical to its safety. You don't want a plane to the engine to stop running when you're in the air. Planes come here, and they're completely checked by a licensed person, by the FAA, who has this whole bunch of manuals that describe how to fix the plane, how to maintain it. And then they also have a legal checklist that they have to go through. I check this, yes I check this, yes the airframe is okay, yes the engine is working. So it's a whole list that you have to go through to make sure that the plane is okay and safe to fly.
Yeah, aviation is obviously your domain, but what can a business owner learn from this, what they're doing here?
I think a couple of things. As a business, you want to do things in a controllable way, in a scalable and in a predictable way. And with checklists, you control your destiny. So I have done this, yes, I've done this. You share knowledge within an organization. So the knowledge part allows you to, not only you as a boss, but also employees to share content with others and enhance it and enrich it. And then you can also easier train new employees, onboard them, and make sure they're all using the same predictable and proven. So you're really reusing a proven process.
If someone in the team is learning something new about doing a process better, faster, or more efficiently, then you also want to leverage that new insight and add it to the playbook so that you leverage those new insights. I think that's really important as well.
So over there is the control tower of the Santa Monica Airport, and it plays a critical role in aviation safety. I believe that as a business you should have the same. You should have a central location where you know how to manage your company, and there could be maybe business dashboards, business procedures, how do we do certain things, so that when things become complicated, so with aviation there's an emergency, those guys have a playbook that says do this, do this, do this, ask these questions, say this, clear the airport, get the fire people lined up. And in businesses you should have that as well. So let's say a key employee is ill suddenly, and that can happen. Then if you have documented the process and how you do and what you do, then it's much easier to get other people involved in that process.
Yeah.
So that's it. This is the emergency checklist that I'm going to give you. If you have an emergency, you grab this, you look up the problem that we have, and then you read out the checklist aloud to me, and I follow those items. So keep that with you.
Okay.
Now let's do the regular checklist.
Okay. Observation wind 240 at 10, variable between 210 and 280. Visibility 10, clear below 12,000. Temperature 19er.
Pre-flight.
90901.
Everybody in
Beacon.
push close. Check.
Flight controls.
Beacon is on. Okay.
Prime. Master switch.
On.
Both sides.
Clear prop.
Windows, doors, seatbelts. Collect the temperature and approved on 240 for takeoff. Sleep takeoff 7306 Quebec.
We talked a bit about the Cradle that you learned from your flight instructor. Can you explain us why that's important and what we can learn from that in business?
Yeah, so the most important one is aviate. And aviate means fly the plane. So you want to make sure that you're always and first and foremost flying the plane, so you don't fly into a mountain, crash it. So that's number one. The second one, and the same applies to businesses. For a business, you want to make sure, keep the business running, make sure that your servers are up and running, your employees are happy, so do that first.
The basics.
The basics, get the basics and always focus on them. So the second one is navigate, and navigate means getting from point A to point B. It's as simple as that.
Set the vision for the company.
So it could be the vision, it could be employees that see things, but you need to go from A to B. And then the third point is communicate. So once you know how to navigate, you communicate with your employees, with your colleagues, with your customers. So you communicate, this is what we're doing, this is why we are doing it. But always in that order. First of all, fly the plane, run your business, then navigate, make sure you know where you're going, and C, communicate. That's it. Not much going on like now. This is a good time to run through your mental checklist to stay ahead of the plane. You have to be thinking, what could be next? It could be traffic coming, so check the traffic. It could be an engine failure, so then we need to always be looking for a emergency landing spot. What would you say if we had an emergency now? Where would you land? I will first try to seek grass, but there's no flat area, so in this case I would say the highway, because every field that I see is a hill. I would probably land on the beach or on that parking lot behind us. Yeah, so sometimes and this is another important thing about flying, is sometimes you have to look behind. Yeah, the same in business. Sometimes you should look over your shoulder and say what's behind us. And take that information into account. You never want to go to high terrain because you have less options. You're going to be down earlier.
If you're high up, you want to go to a low point where you can land, primarily not die while landing. That's the most important thing. So on the beach you'll probably have quite some damage, but if you land flat enough, then you won't die. And that's the most important thing. So when an emergency occurs, you want to think first about surviving and not about the plane. So as soon as you have an emergency, the plane is owned by the insurance, is what we say. The plane is owned by the insurance. Make sure that you survive the event.
Okay, so what you just saw, Johan, is actually a very good example of staying ahead of the plane. Do you guys know why this credo, staying ahead of the plane, is so important? Do you have an idea, Johan?
Yeah, I think in business it's vital to look ahead and to anticipate on what's going to happen in the near future, like 2 months, 3 months, but also a year from now. What are the threats? What are the opportunities? Not only today, but in the future, so that you can anticipate on what do we need to build when it comes to products? What markets do we have to go after? And even on a personal level, what person do I need to become in order to lead this team or to grow this business?
And also important in aviation is obviously not dying. And so that's why you have to stay ahead of the plane. So you're already planning your next action so that if something bad happens, you already know in your mind, this is going to be my next action. And I think businesses should do the same. Are you prepared for when, let's say, your server crashes? Do you have a contingency plan already in your mind and trained with your people in a playbook? These are the steps, the procedures we're going to take if the shit hits the fan.
Thank you for flying Eleman Air, because Eleman Air takes you there. Amazing.
Okay, and there you have it, our trip to Palo Alto, Silicon
Thanks
Valley.
for flying with us.
Yes, I think we learned a lot of how aviation benefits from checklists and playbooks, and I hope you learned with us as well. And don't forget to stay tuned via insight.playbookify.io because there's a lot more to come. So thanks for watching.
Thanks. Kun je wat zeggen?